So the carpentry framing issue took us about 3 weeks to resolve, get another crew in and get it up to standard. For the greater good of the job, it's a cost we wore, and we'd do it again tomorrow. I think it's going over and above compliance. If we're not going to be happy with that true product at the end of the day, we'll get it fixed and get it to our standard, not just a QBCC standard. It's always going to take a bit of time, but it saves so much time down the track and so many more issues and the happiness of the client. Slab, framing, roof, and close, that is just so imperative that we get it right, because once we close it up, there's no changing it. Communication's key. We've said that from the start all the way through. If it's not right, just make the call, rip the Band-Aid off, have the conversation. Well, Edward was there nearly every second day, so he was aware. He was our second site foreman for the project as well. He liked to drive the motorbike up the highway and have a little break at home. So, but we definitely rang him, and it was Josh on site that rang and discussed, and I made contact as well and just discussed that this has happened. But at the end of the day, this is what we need to do to make the job right, and they were fine with it. Obviously, they understand that these things happen, but it's them not looking down at the end of the job and just going, geez, I don't like that entry. So yeah, I wanted that to be right. At the moment, we are currently still just behind schedule, but rolling through well. Obviously can impact the trades, bring them in a little bit tighter, our construction timeline, and generally our trade flow is really good. So feeling very optimistic, have no issues with finishing this project at a contracted deadline or in a day's work.
For me, it was very, very hard to get somebody else in charge of the job. I feel that Phil knows that, and he's very understanding on that. Many times we did, I would say, challenge the knowledge of each other. It was just not even negotiation, it was constructive talk.
I think that's a testament to you and Phil and the GJ team, actually, because sometimes those discussions can get quite agitated and escalated, but actually we haven't had any of that. And I have definitely seen Edouard escalate a difficult conversation. We haven't had that.
They're very easygoing, and that's really get the thing running smoothly.
We've had plenty of conversations with Edward from the start. He would grill us a little bit, but we had an answer for every question. Part of me, I think he enjoyed that. I think he had the faith in us, but it was a bit of comedic in him coming out and just going, oh, I'll see if I can push these guys and see how they'll come back or how they're going to retaliate to the question. And yeah, we certainly didn't crumble it. We've had quite a lot of conversations, and now they're generally, having a bit of a laugh as well. They're fantastic people, and you can see that they're very family oriented. The fact that they're building a multi-generation home so the kids could stay with mum and dad, I think that speaks volumes about the way that they treat family. Phil and I are very much a family-oriented business. We're best mates, but we like to think that people are coming to build with us because for the way we make them feel, and effectively it's like now they're part of our GJ family now. Anyone that builds with us and spends their time and money and everything, I think they invest in us, and we want to invest back in them delivering the best product we can. It doesn't matter whether you've done it once or you've done it 1,000 times. For us and Phil and I and our team, I think everyone's just as important as the next, and we embrace that.
Look, obviously the weather, it always comes into play here coming into the summer season, so we just have to adapt and overcome, basically. We emailed all the clients and just said, look, we don't know what's going to happen. It's such an unforeseen. We don't know if there's going to be damage or anything from the rain or the wind, but we actually got to stop progress on the build, and we'll be updating, and we update every couple of days just to let them know when we'd be back on site. And luckily for us here in Brisbane and the sunny coast, that we didn't really get too much of the brunt of it. Unfortunately, Gold Coast got hit quite a bit, so we were even using our network to reach out to the guys down south and even up at Hervey Bay just to make sure, because they were hit the most too. So we were going to potentially stop what we were doing to help the guys in our neighbouring franchise if need be, to just get everyone back on their feet and keep rolling through.